call the August 22nd meeting of the Falmouth Zoning Board to order. Welcome, everyone. I'm Ken Foreman. I'm serving as the chair tonight, as our esteemed chair, Matt McNamara, is on vacation, and I'm the vice chair. We have 5 hearings scheduled, no continuations, and these are all special permit requests. I'd like to introduce the board to you. To my left is David Haddad. To my right, Scott Zielinski, Patty Johnson, and Mark Kuhl. We will all be voting on these issues tonight, as this is the number we need for each of these five members. The way these hearings will be held, we will open the hearing. We'll ask the clerk to read the notice into the record. We will then ask the proponent for each of these special permits to come forward. Go to the podium, please identify yourself for the record, and then present what you wish to have accomplished through the special permit. We will ask the clerk for any referrals, and then take public comment and board questions and public comment. Those of you wishing to speak, please wait to be recognized by me as the chair. And again, be sure to go to the podium to speak and talk through the board. We don't want you having discussions with each other regarding any of these issues. Also, please silence your cell phones if you have cell phones.
Oops.
In fact, I probably need to do that myself if I could find my cell phone. So let's begin with the first hearing of the evening. This is application 63-13.
What's up, Mr. Chair?
Yep.
Being all persons deemed affected by the Board of Appeals under Section 11 of Chapter 40A of the Massachusetts General Laws, you are hereby notified that Joy Pappas of Wellesley, Mass. applied to the Zoning Board of Appeals for a special permit pursuant to Sections 240-3 of the Code of Falmouth to construct additional habitable space on a second level of a pre-existing non-conforming single-family dwelling and reducing lot coverage percentages on subject property zone residential B located at 66 Santuit Road, North Falmouth, Massachusetts.
Thank you. For the record, my name is Tom Bunker with BSS Design. We surveyed the property and prepared this plan for Joy Pappas. It's in Santuit Road, area of Silver Beach. The existing house is non-conforming with respect to setbacks. The side setback on this is 7.9 feet. Actually, there's a little bump out where the propane tank is down to 5.8 feet. Other than that, the front and the other side and rear setbacks do conform. The proposal, and this is so it's a non-conforming house adding habitable space on a lot which is smaller than 20,000 square feet. The proposal, looking first at the site plan, we're decreasing the lot coverage by taking off the old deck that's in the rear of the house, rebuilding a new deck, but it is being decreased by about 200 square feet, which is close to 2%. So the lot coverage is going down. It's at 32.3% now. It's going down to 30.3% under the new situation. There's because that little bump out with the propane tanks is still going to stay there. We're not going to be decreasing, or rather increasing the setback or decreasing the nonconformity in that respect. It's right there, 5.8 feet. There were just some discussions between Denise Manoli, the architect, and the building and health and your ZBA staff about number of bedrooms. There's a revised plan just submitted earlier this week, which creates, I believe, is for the satisfaction of the health and the Board of Appeals here, a wider cased opening in one of the bedrooms on the first floor. The number of bedrooms is not increasing over what it has now. It's town has it listed as a 4-bedroom, and it has a 4-bedroom septic system in there. The change, if you look at the second floor, well, actually on the first floor, you see there's only a spiral staircase going to the second floor in the middle of the dining room, up to the second floor, and it's a bedroom, but it's a very small bedroom with poor access. Change, as you can see, there's a more conventional building code compliant stairway going up to the second floor. And there's habitable space being added in one wing in the section, or the elevation rather. This coming off to this side, it's, you have the plans in there, but there's more roof being added off to one side, which is creating the habitable space as part of the master bedroom suite on the second floor. That's the extent of it. It's in a corner of the house, which is 20 feet from the sideline and 30-some feet from the rear line, so that additional habitable space conforms to the zoning setback. The height of the roof is going up 2 feet, 20, either way, it's going up to 23.5 feet. It's still 11.5 feet shy of the allowed, going up 1 foot, from 22.5 to 23.5. So it's well under the allowed 35-foot building height. That is the proposed project. I'll take questions. Conservation has signed off on it, and see if the other departments have.
Board questions?
Referrals.
Referrals. Okay.
Building, no comment. Planning, no comment. Water, no comment. And nothing in
No referral, Mr. Chairman. Okay. Questions from the board?
You want me to stop?
Sure, go ahead.
Good evening, Tom.
Good evening.
You said it has a 4-bedroom septic,
Yes.
so 4 bedrooms in this house. Any
Yes.
garbage disposal going in?
If they asked me if they could put one, I would say no. I think Denise knows that you can't put one. Proposed kitchen, I don't know, it's the existing kitchen. There's labeled on the proposed floor plan, it says existing kitchen, so I don't see that there are any changes being made. I don't know of a garbage disposal going in.
All right, and let's talk about that open area you were discussing earlier. That for that, what is a new sitting room up there? There's not gonna be a door there at that existing dining room, correct? It's gonna remain open?
At the stairs, I don't believe there's going to be a door. The opening into on the first floor, the new office.
It's going,
What level are you on?
well, we'll
Into
use
what
the
was the
door for the
bedroom.
new sitting room.
Yeah.
Upstairs.
Upstairs? Well, that will not become a bedroom. That's part of the master suite. There will be no doors added.
It wouldn't matter because it's off that bedroom. So you'd have to go through the bedroom to get to it, so it's not considered a separate bedroom anyway.
It's,
As long as it remains,
You don't have to have you can have a door on it. You have to
It's not off the
access it
public.
through a bedroom,
It's
so
not off the hall.
it's not
at the
separate.
bottom of that stairs, you can have a door?
they could
Are you
have one there.
talking now on the first floor? No, they have to leave that open.
And that's gonna remain open.
At the bottom?
That's the one that Denise just changed, Tom.
What are you talking about? A
Bottom
door?
going up to the new sitting room.
Well, we're not adding a door there, but I think you could, but I think you're talking
Oh.
about became a wider cased opening. That was the change, there's no door going there.
Right.
Okay.
there could be a door going up, but there won't be a door going on the stairs, no.
Okay.
But I don't think that would change whether this became a bedroom or not, because you have to go through this to get to this other bedroom. But anyway, that's.
But no door
Maybe
on the
you'd be better
stairs.
off putting the plan on the easel so you can see.
No, I understand what you're saying.
See.
Thank you, Tom. Thank you.
There'll be no doors added, is the question.
Other questions?
I do.
Scott?
Hi, Tom. Just two quick ones. The sheds is in the calculations for lot coverage?
You know, it's not hatched in, I'd have to check that.
Because we're only talking about 200 square feet of making this less detrimental, and if that's not in, then kind of it's going to remain the same, right?
It'd be
No,
100
because, I mean, the
square
shed,
feet.
even if it were to stay, it still is gonna be decreased by 200 square feet. I mean, if we count it now, and frankly, I'm not positive, we would typically count the shed. And we probably did, but I know it's not hatched in on the drawing, but
Okay.
it's there now. And-
No, I understand.
And it's still gonna decrease by at least 200 square feet.
The other, my other question is, I'm unfamiliar with the term overbuilt roof. Could you explain what that means?
I believe, I mean, I'm not an architect, but I believe it's just with this existing roof, and they're gonna frame on top of the framing of that roof to raise it up. And I saw that too, and I didn't have a chance to ask Denise what that is, but it's, yeah, I'd say that's because of the way we're always doing is, if you see the existing, this is adding a dormer, I mean a ridge line going sort of the opposite direction. So what's happening, I think, you know, there's a peak going here and there's a roof line going down that way. So I think that this area here is just, there's the old roof framing and then there's new roof framing going down on top of that. So there's like a void in there of one roof built over the other roof, I think is what that means.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Any other questions?
When was this house built?
Well, it looks like the 60s. It's, you know, I don't have that information with me right now.
Should be on it's in the file. It's on the assessor's card.
And there are only 4 bedrooms in this. How many did they decide were in the existing house?
There are, by Denise's plans of existing conditions, there are, what function as 6 bedrooms, but it's being decreased to 4.
And the existing system is adequate for,
It's a 4-bedroom upgrade, which was done about 4 years ago.
and that's a Title V?
Yes.
Those are my questions.
Mark? Okay, there are no further questions from the board. Happy to take public comment if anyone is in opposition. Anyone in favor? Anyone having any questions at all? If there's no public comment, we can close the hearing if there's a motion to do so.
So moved.
Second.
Okay. Scott and David, to close the hearing, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing is closed. Board discussion or a motion?
Good. I'm good.
Move to,
Make a motion to grant application 63-13.
I'll second.
okay. David and Mark to approve and conditions?
There's
No more than 4 bedrooms,
Okay.
no garbage disposal,
All right,
being that's a 4-bedroom septic
Per plan?
as per plan.
per plan. And leaving that stairway open at the bottom.
As per plan?
As per plan.
It doesn't constitute, I think you're worried about it turning into an accessory apartment, correct?
Yeah, so I'm thinking
Yeah.
if they had a door at the bottom.
Per
No,
plans
per
would be
plans.
sufficient. Do you guys want to have him verify that the shed is in the lot coverage? I realize that they're decreasing it by 200 feet. If the shed's not in there, then it's only decreased by 100 feet, which, you know, I'm assuming it's going to be one of your findings. But do you want verification that the shed is in the lot coverage, or do you not?
Yes, I think we should determine that. If the shed was counted initially and also counted in this,
Right.
then it's still at 200 feet.
Right. Which would help with the
We'd
finding.
want to know the accurate number, so.
Okay. So lot
Anything?
coverage verification?
Lot coverage verification.
Could that be just a letter from Mr. Bunker
Yes.
Yes,
with a seal on it?
that's fine.
Sufficient?
Yep.
Just to verify, I mean, that's all.
Okay, what about findings?
Not less, it's not more detrimental.
Okay,
Minimal reduction of lot coverage.
We're not making any of the nonconformities worse.
No.
We're actually reducing lot coverage.
It's in keeping with the neighborhood. There's a lot of two-story homes in
Yep.
direct proximity to this.
Yep.
That's it.
Okay?
Yep.
Any further comments or discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, motion carries. Thank you very much. So we can move on to the next hearing, which is application 6413. As soon as the clerk is ready.
Yes, it is.
All set. Being all persons deemed affected by the Board of Appeals under Section 11, Chapter 40A of the Massachusetts General Laws, you are hereby notified that Stephen C. Terrello and Ann M. Terrello of Canton, Mass. applied to the Zoning Board of Appeals for a special permit pursuant to Sections 240-3 and 240-69E of the Code of Falmouth to raise the pre-existing non-conforming single-family dwelling and construct new single-family dwelling, increasing the lot coverage above 20%, maximum on subject property zone residential B, located at 186 County Road, North Falmouth, Massachusetts.
Okay, and it looks like here for the applicant is Attorney Clower.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman, Mr. Acting Chairman, members of the board. For the record, my name is Kevin Clower. I'm an attorney with my law firm here in Falmouth. And I'm here tonight with Stephen and Ann Terrello, the owners of 186 County Road, and Tom Bunker. Before I start, Sari was kind enough to point out a slight discrepancy on our site plan. Yesterday, we've had the site plan revised. I have 4 copies for the board here.
Thank you.
And just so it's clear, what was revised is there were exterior steps from the screened-in porch that were removed because they do not show up on the architectural plans. That has reduced the proposed lot coverage from 21.2 to 21.05. As I was saying, I'm here tonight with Stephen and Terrello, the applicants. They purchased their home at 186 County Road in 1995 and have enjoyed it immensely since that purchase. It's located in the heart of Magansett and directly across the street from the Royal Magansett Nursing Home. The Terrellos love the area, they love their neighborhood, they love their neighbors, they love it so much that they hope to retire here soon and make this their full-time home. In preparation of doing so, they need to make the home a more useful space for their family. Given the age of the home, its small size, and its dilapidated nature, they need to raise and reconstruct the building. As you've seen by going onto the property, it's a small cottage located in the residential B district. Assessor's records indicate that it was built in approximately 1890 and the house is non-conforming due to a front yard setback of 16 feet. The applicant is applying under zoning bylaw 243C, which states that pre-existing non-conforming structures may be changed by special permit, provided they are not substantially more detrimental than the existing structure. The existing non-conforming structure has a front yard setback of 16 feet, and it's to be raised and replaced with a more functional residence with an expanded footprint to increase the usable living area within. The proposed residence will conform as to side and rear yard setbacks. The front yard setback will be increased from 16.0 to 16.2, which is an improvement, and the lot coverage will increase to 21.05. The new residence will not be substantially more detrimental to the neighborhood than the existing structure. In fact, the property will be very much in keeping with the character of the neighborhood, which, as you know, in recent years has undergone fairly substantial renovations. The property will be improved both aesthetically and functionally, including an increase in the usable habitable space and an upgrade to the septic system, which is an outdated pre-Title V system. There'll be no new nonconformity, as the increase in lot coverage will be allowed under Special Permit 24069E. No view or vista from a public way will be impaired, and there will be no shadow or other adverse impacts on adjacent properties. The height of the residence will be conforming at 34 feet 9 inches. The property is located in a bit of a valley, for lack of a better word. The property climbs to the south behind the property and to the west to the right of the property if you're looking from the street, meaning that the height of this building will be very much in character and will not be standing out with the surrounding homes. I'd also like to point out in terms of the height that it is directly across the street from what I think might be the tallest building in the town of Falmouth. I've been racking my brain and Googling today, and I cannot find a taller building than Royal McGantic Nursing Home. That doesn't mean much, but it's worth pointing out. In addition, given the distance from the rear lot lines, the slope of the lot to the west, and the substantial trees to the east, there will be no shade impacts on surrounding properties. This project exceeds all of the standards of 240, 216. The site is more than adequate and suitable for the proposed residence. There will be no impact on traffic flow or safety, as the property will be used in the same manner and by the same number of people as it currently is. The proposed residence will be staying in character with the other properties in the neighborhood and will not impact any views or vistas. The property will have a new septic system installed to adequately address sewage disposal and improve an older, outdated system. There are adequate utilities servicing the property. There will be no effect on public services, as the property will be used in the same manner by the same number of people as it currently is. No effect on the adequacy of the supply of affordable housing. There's no decision of the planning board involved in this, and the project will be in compliance with zoning bylaws. As I've said numerous times, the new home will not be substantially more detrimental. In fact, it'll be an improvement to the neighborhood, and the neighborhood overwhelmingly seems to be in support of this. We've received a number of letters of support from both direct abutters and people very close by. It's going to be a very large improvement for the family. It'll allow them to retire, make this their full-time home, make it a useful space for them. And it certainly meets all the standards set forth in 243 and 242.16. I'm happy to answer any questions the board might have, and the ones I can't, I'll point over to Mr. Bunker.
Okay. Referrals?
Building, no comment. The Historic Commission has no comment, but it was also not signed. Planning, no comment. Water, no comment. Health, no comment. And there are 10 letters of support and 0 letters of opposition.
One more letter.
Thank you.
Okay.
11 letters.
Sir. Engineering have anything?
Yeah, the standard answer.
It's a standard, this was checked for.
Okay.
Driveways. And
Right.
they did state that it will need a new driveway permit because they're changing the driveway.
The curb cut.
Okay. Questions from
I have 2.
the board? Start with Scott.
Hi, Kevin.
Let's go.
What time of year are they planning on, if this was approved? Off-season?
If this is approved today, they'd like to start in the fall and work through the winter and spring, and certainly try to, as much as possible, have it ready for as quickly as they can.
See, being that it's tight out front on this, they'll take into consideration the surrounding neighbors while
Certainly.
what construction equipment's going to be there, I take it. Okay. That's all I have, Mr. Chairman. Thanks.
Okay. Patty?
Can you tell me what the new habitable space is in this?
The new habitable space. You know, I actually don't have the number of the increased habitable space. The building will go from an existing 1,624 square feet to 2,053 square feet, though. Living area.
I'm sorry, what was that second figure, Kevin?
2,053 square feet.
Thank you.
Where does that number show?
That's shown on the building plan,
On the site plan?
on the site plan, rather?
Under,
Oh, actually, if you give me a
But I
minute and
think-
let me do some mental math.
No, what I'm really asking for
1455,
is
1493.
living space in this project. That would include the square footage of the basement, and the square footage of the first, second, and there's a room on the third floor.
Tom is quickly calculating the living space because the numbers are at the bottom of the plan. The full living space will be 3,746 square feet.
Here's 3,000.
2.5 plus basement.
The existing plan that was shown, sketched, is it true there are 4 bedrooms in it, but there's only 1 bath and it's on the first floor?
Yes,
So there's no bathroom on the second floor?
correct.
I have another question. How much fill, how much are you, it's going to have to be dug out in the rear of this property in order to put this structure in?
Tom just corrected this, the actual living space is 3,346, not 3,746. Tom, Patty's question was how much fill is going to be removed from the back?
I haven't calculated, but I'd say not a substantial amount because most of the house is within the existing footprint. Extending the house by about, that's deck, 20 by about 400 square feet of house, 8 feet deep. 3,200. It's 2,700, 150 yards, cubic yards. Frankly, most of that, volume-wise, maybe not the exact material will go into, there's an elevated patio on the east side of the house. Probably, yard for yard, I think it might be closer to a wash. I haven't calculated
It
it.
just, visually, it looks like a lot is going to get pulled out of the back in order to construct the house. And I'd be concerned about the houses that are up above on the back, on whatever that street is, including there's a slight encroachment back there, and just concerned protection for.
The house will still be 35 feet from the rear lot line. I think there's going to be more than enough space back there, that the area will still be very stable.
Okay.
That's the concern.
I could say also that
Yeah.
the front of the house is at elevation 25, and where the house is backing up into the hill, it's only elevation about 28 and a half, 29. So there's actually not a lot of material coming out of that. The slab will be 5 feet, only in the very back corner will be close to an 8-foot deep hole, 7-foot deep hole. At the front, it's only going to be 5 foot deep. It doesn't really back into the hill as much as it looks like it might.
But there is is there a concrete wall in the basement? I mean, the basement is like an 8 feet, 8 or 10 foot concrete, whatever you call it.
There will be, they're putting in, but
Yes.
this is less of a, most houses are on the flat are dug, 8 feet down or more to get the footing in, and this, except in that one corner, is going to be, close to a typical dig, but
Yeah.
most of it is a much shallower dig because, as Kevin said, this house is already in a hole.
And but the existing house has no basement, is that right?
Correct.
No basement, it's just on piers or something?
Mhm.
Okay. So there is a lot more basement now, because there was none,
Much of that will be unfinished.
yeah.
Yeah, but it's starting at elevation 25 and going down to elevation 20.3, so the basement's going to be, on the street side, the basement's going to be this deep.
And you're not,
How deep?
Four and a half feet deep.
And then you knee wall down to it to cover it.
there's no,
I think it's going to be a full wall because there's going to be a porch around that part with lattice work.
yeah. The windows in the basement are not big enough to have living, whatever you call it,
Habitable.
bedrooms.
They're not going to be full windows in the basement, no, they'll be.
They look like they're a little bigger than a standard basement window.
On one side, not on the other side.
Yeah, so one side is just those regular basement windows.
There'll be no bedrooms in the basement.
Okay, all right, those are my questions now.
Mark?
The 16-foot nonconformity,
Mhm.
decreasing the 16.2, or 16 and 2.
An improvement.
Or is it de minimis?
No, that's an improvement. In this case, that's an improvement.
The article cited, the 240-69E,
Mhm.
is asking to waive an existing procedure or rule, the 20%, right?
20% is by right, and 25% with special permit.
Is by special permit. So even though that's within the ability of the zoning board, would you think that constitutes, if it's granted, it's obviously not going to be a nonconformity. But my issue or my concern is that you're going outside the normal framework.
I can address that.
Okay,
I would say the normal framework for Megantic is exceeding 20%.
I would agree.
Because not the majority, but I found a number of properties in Megantic. I did a very quick search today. This is not an exhaustive list. But I was able to find 12 properties within a 2-block area that were all in excess of 20% lot coverage. And in fact, that's a very conservative estimate because I was just using the assessor's records for the footprints. So we're not counting bulkheads, some other decks and other sheds or other structures on the lot. So that's a very conservative number. And given that, this is the lowest amount. 21.05 is still lower than any of the properties I found that do exceed the 20%. I'll submit this list to the board. So the bylaw.
So on your chart, can you point to the subject property?
I can. This chart here shows lots in the area exceeding 20% lot coverage. This here is the subject property shaded in gray. All of the pink is lots exceeding 20%. Again, this is not exhaustive, and it's a very conservative estimate. But as you can see, there are a number of properties, here we show 12, that do exceed 20%, all of which exceed 21.05 as well. So this would be the least of the ones in excess of 20%. The bylaw says that you should look at the neighborhood, look at the height and buildings in the area. And I think that this project is very much in keeping in line
It's the only one we have.
with the other properties in the area.
Thank you.
Okay, you're satisfied?
Kevin, the basement usage, Tom said it's gonna be unfinished, you said.
Parts of it's gonna be unfinished.
No bedrooms?
No bedrooms.
No bedrooms down there. Okay, and bedrooms in throughout the house, 5?
5. 4 in use. There is a playroom that would count as a bedroom under the building code. It's not intended to be used as a bedroom, but they'll reserve that right to do so.
So the basement be a storage type thing?
There's going to be an office area in the basement, in the den, but not a bedroom. No bedroom areas.
And is there any plans for any other storage areas, sheds, that type of thing?
No, not at this time.
Okay. The elevation of the proposed house,
Yes. 34 feet 9 inches at the ridge.
34 feet 9 inches?
At the ridge.
Okay. And that setback at that northwest corner now, it's gonna be, went from 10.1 to 10.1 to 10.8? That screen porch,
Yes.
is that right?
Northwest.
Yes, the stairs brought it closer to the lot line. That'll be 10.8. That'll be in conformity with the bylaw.
Okay.
Thank you.
Tom, how's that stormwater gonna be, that stormwater runoff gonna be controlled? You
At the moment, I don't have a specific control for it. There is a low point on the property. I believe the driveway is now gravel, crushed stone surface, and other lawn areas can infiltrate water. I don't have specific dry wells for it, but we could install them. If
Okay.
seems fitting.
See how everybody else feels. And is that property in any overlay districts?
No. Again, down here, and I have a map I can share with you, the bottom right map shows coastal pond overlays, and I've circled the locus in black. We're not in a coastal pond overlay.
And you already said no sleeping accommodation in the basement. Okay. Thank you. Thanks, Kevin.
Okay, edit. So the board has gotten, asked for a little more documentation on bulk and the comparison to adjacent properties recently, and we've gotten a little more oversight on these requests to exceed 20%. And our interpretation has been not just to look at the percentage coverage, but also the overall bulk of the house. Do you know how the footprint of this house, in terms of square footage, compares to the footprint of the adjoining house lots? Or the, in the neighborhood?
I do not, I don't have that number, I don't have that calculated right now.
Okay. I mean, you did submit something, and that.
But I will, yeah, I hadn't been looking at,
The largest footprint there is about 1,700 square feet compared to your 2,000. Obviously, they're on smaller lots. Anything about the height of these buildings that are exceeding 20% lot coverage, do you know?
You know, I didn't find the heights for those because I was looking at the assessor records and Telnet, which don't have the heights. I do know that there are a number of properties in the area which are at or above 35 feet in height. I know of a property on Circular Road that is 37 feet. I know of a few that are at or above 34 or very near 35. And again, directly across the road is the Royal McGanson Nursing Home, which is in the neighborhood, and it is a building to take into consideration.
It is. Do you know the zoning of that parcel?
No, I do not.
All right, I think other board members have asked most of the questions that I might have had in addition. You have something, Sari?
Is there any drainage proposed in your patio? Because the patio is surrounded by a retaining wall. So is there, or what is the patio consisting of?
The patio certainly would be drained. I don't know if the architect had something, but we certainly would have an area drained in the patio because there are walls around it because of the height of it.
Okay.
So that would have to be.
So that would help, okay.
Its own drainage, yes.
Thank you.
Okay. Any other board questions at this time? If not, I'll...
I do.
Yep.
The back of the property, I believe Kevin said there's going to be from buildable area approximately 35 feet to the back property line?
Yeah, if you look, the plan shows 35 feet 3 inches.
Yep, I see that. And my question would be, because that house, I was out there today taking pictures of not only the house, but other houses around. There's one directly behind that sits way up, way up. I walked around to that house just to see where the grade was in comparison to the grade, the slope. So my question would be, is it the intent to maintain the vegetation as a buffer so as to prevent any,
Yes,
water runoff?
yes.
Shows a couple of trees.
They intend to leave that there. And actually, just pointing out segueing off this, going back to some of the height of the surrounding properties, my belief is, Tom has actually prepared a topographical map. Showing the immediate area. Again, our subject property is right here at 186. This is the house you're speaking of right here that looms, for lack of a better word, over it. The increase is so great to here. This is elevation 50, and the lot right behind that home, and meaning this is 49, 48. The roof, the ridge line of this property will just barely be above the first floor level of that house. So it's certainly going to be in character with the neighborhood. It's not going to. But as to your question, Mark, yes, they are intending to keep the vegetation.
Very good.
Okay.
Thank you.
Any public comment? Anyone in favor? Anyone opposed? Anyone with questions? Okay, does the board feel they have enough information at this point to close the hearing?
I move we close the hearing of permit 6413.
Second, Mr. Cool's motion.
Okay, Mark and Scott to close the hearing, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, motion, hearing is closed. Board discussion.
May I?
Please.
In keeping with the fact that we are very concerned about bulk, looking at this in particular, most of the bulk on this one tends to be on the back of it, where it's not seen from the road or the sidelines. It's very close on the sidelines to what's existing, and most of the bulk goes to the rear of this property where it really won't be seen.
I think it'll be seen.
The back will be seen by the
Well, I
road?
think you're gonna see how much bigger this house is than what's
Oh,
there.
I'll grant you that it's bigger, but I'm saying in my opinion, most of the bulk on this particular one is in the back of the lot where it's not, we've had ones that just blow up the front. This is longer than broad.
It's only
I would tend to agree, because as I walked around that property today, thinking exactly about 35 feet, those two huge, I believe they're beech trees on that corner lot right next to the property. That in itself will shield any visual expansion of bulk. However, on the other side,
Yeah.
where the intended excavation for the septic and the pulling up of the driveway, that would be a concern. That might be, but I think Scott makes a good point that the actual modification with regard to bulk is moving back towards the back of the property.
Keeping in mind, all the direct neighbors too are all in favor of this. We don't have one in
Right.
opposition, and if that was going to be an issue. And I realize that, if the house was to sell or someone else sells, that becomes an issue. But as far as our decision to be made, there's absolutely no opposition. That question never came up,
Yep.
so. I mean, it's not a problem for me on this one.
The reason the neighbors are in favor is because everybody has that similar type setup.
The whole thing, you look down the road, it just, if
Yeah.
there was a case for this to be in fitting with the neighborhood, it is.
Yeah, but it's similar to this. You can see the rebuilds, same type thing, the covered porch.
And there's some attributes to it. I mean, they're upgrading the septic system. All of that's all, they're putting a basement under it.
So I think something to think about is, if all the houses in the neighborhood did this, is that
Yeah.
the direction we want to go?
There's a lot that have been done in that neighborhood. A lot of renovations.
They're almost done.
They're late to the party.
It really, it's just like
That's the
Falmouth Heights.
criteria.
Yeah, but you gotta keep in mind, there's a lot of old houses that people are redoing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
It's
just
like
by
Falmouth
code.
Heights.
But the
just
question
by
isn't
code-
whether the house should be redone. The question is the 20 versus
I know.
21.3%.
But there are a lot of things that have to be put in houses these days that didn't have to be put in houses per code, that makes them a little bigger, that you still wanna maintain whatever living space you had, and if you can get a little more, why wouldn't you try for it? I mean, and that's all they're asking for.
Well, the trigger of that 69E into the realm between 20 and 25%, the trigger for that, or the criteria, I should say, is the ZBA's consideration of height and size of what's reflected in the neighborhood.
Exactly.
And so, reflected in the neighborhood, do you want to start talking about lot sizes versus bulk and stuff like that? Yeah, I will. But, I tell you what, personally, I think it's still smaller than many of those properties out there, those houses.
And we still look at each one case by case, and this is, far be it from us to try to set precedents. We don't want to do that, but we look at things individually,
We have a concern with the bulk?
Do I'm bringing it up because I think every time we see one of these
Yeah.
requests to exceed 20%, we should give it careful scrutiny.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Not because in this particular case, I necessarily feel it's unwarranted. I do think it's a big house, but I would agree with Scott that the neighborhood seems to be quite strongly in favor of, and I think that's significant
Yeah.
in this particular case. So I guess that makes me inclined to be supportive.
Can I ask Kevin one question?
Hearing's
Closed it.
closed, yeah, the hearing's closed.
Well, I didn't hear anybody say what the patio was made out of. I'm assuming it's gravel or pavers?
It's on top of, there's material on top of ground level,
Okay.
so like a stone or.
So stone of some kind. It's not a deck.
Right.
It's gravel.
Well,
Or, I mean,
sometimes,
it's, yeah.
could be flagstone, could be gravel.
Yeah, it's,
Well, so Serene,
That's why I asked about a drain.
is
Yeah.
it's
Because
not
we know it's
counted in
on
the
dirt.
building lot coverage.
yes, I understand.
It's in total
And
lot
as far
coverage.
as
It's in
drainage.
total
too,
lot coverage, but not by
If it was
structure.
Correct, it's
impervious
not a structure.
that feeds a drain, it actually
Okay,
is
so-
more effective.
So just to be clear for Patty, it's not counted as part of the structure, lot coverage by structures, okay?
But they did state
part
that
of
it
the
was going to have a
total lot
retaining wall around it.
Yeah.
If you look at the plan, that is a retaining wall around it, and that's why I asked about the drain
Yep.
in the patio.
Yep, okay.
Can I just comment on your, you mentioned the neighbors are in support of it, I mean, which is great. Let's just say they weren't. I'm looking at the houses of the neighbors, which are similar to this home. They all have,
Yeah, little,
I don't know, just, I'm going by the eyeball test. I mean,
Right.
take Royal
Yeah.
McGann out of it, because that's an
I agree,
anomaly.
that's irrelevant.
Yeah, take that out of it, but all the other neighbors in that McGann area have big old homes, and this, to me, fits in well there, so. If they had 11 opposed, I would still be
And
thinking.
I
I'd be
bet you if
going
you
for this.
matched all the setbacks, they're almost, if you look up and down the street, the setbacks are almost identical, so they're all got short.
That
You know
could be,
what I
but
mean?
I do think this is going to be, when you see it built, a substantially larger home than most of the others. I'm looking at the data that Kevin supplied on these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 lots. And there's not one that has a footprint of 2,000 square feet. The largest square footprint is 1,800, and eyeballing it, I would guess that the average is around 1,500, so.
But wouldn't you rather see,
I'm only saying
What's
that
the lot
I
size on
agree.
those?
the lot sizes range, yeah, some of the lot sizes are substantially smaller, 4,000, 5,000, but there's also 9,000.
Well, that's all relative to the size of the house, that's what
Right.
I'm saying.
Well, this
And that
one,
was just a-
correct, this is a 9,000 square foot lot. There's a 9,000 square foot lot here. I don't understand how this can be, because according to this, the footprint is 22, the footprint's 1,700 square feet, and the lot coverage is 22%.
It could be that I'm bad at math.
Yeah, it could be.
well, I'd much rather see
Could
something
be deck,
symmetrical though
could be
than,
deck.
I'd rather see that symmetrical than somebody coming at you with a set of plans that's got cantilever to hold footprint and then cantilever out, you know?
I'm not going to, necessarily vote against it. I think we've had some discussion here, and my sense is that the board is in favor of the project. So I think it's probably time to have a motion.
Make a motion to grant application 64-13.
I'll second.
Okay, so David and Mark, motion in favor. Any further discussion? Okay, if not, all in favor, say aye.
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 We're gonna do findings?
Wait.
Do the
Or,
conditions.
You could do the vote either way, you
We-
could do it either way.
Yeah,
Wait a second.
we've done it both ways, that's true.
Okay.
So
No
what was
voting in
the,
favor of it?
Let's vote it, and then we'll come up with it.
All right.
okay.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Now,
was that
conditions.
unanimous, Ken, did you vote?
Yes.
Okay.
Want some conditions?
Yes.
As per plan?
With the exception, my concern is, was there talk of a dry well plan verification? Tom had stood up and he wasn't sure.
Well, we can make that a condition, that there be adequate drainage in the patio.
And he had mentioned that there was
It's not explicit on the plan.
He said in the driveway, there's gravel proposed and possibly that, but specifically the patio, he said there probably was, is that what you're?
Right.
You want verification of drainage
Yeah,
on, do
Drainage, yeah,
What, for the patio
you want it
as
on
well
the
as?
lot
yeah.
or
the whole house, I mean, you can't,
Well.
on the house, the property?
yeah.
I would assume the property, yeah,
Verification of drainage on site,
on
Yeah.
site, yeah.
including patio, that's that.
That's good.
No more than 5 bedrooms,
Okay.
no bedrooms in the basement.
I'm sorry,
So no
No bedroom or sleeping?
sleeping accommodations in the basement.
As well.
Yeah, and
I think
as-built,
an as-built would be good.
due to
Okay.
the height and those setbacks.
I agree.
Yeah, it's not
As-built showing,
a setback.
yeah, but I mean, do you want it post-construction after all the
Right, we want to know the height.
appurtenances, decks, everything,
Yeah.
and it has to show the height, correct?
Yes.
Post-construction.
How about no accessory structure on the property?
No
Well,
shed.
they'd have to come back
special
before us
permit.
anyway.
You'd have to make a finding that through the construction, there's been enough storage put in to the dwelling to substantiate the fact of no additional storage in an accessory structure or something like that.
Well, any new structures would put them further above 20%, right? So
Yes,
Oh, yeah,
it'd increase the,
that would require.
but I would definitely state specifically a shed or something, because quite often when you call the building department, they'll just ask you what size the shed is and tell you the
Yes,
setback. So this way,
maybe
the
that is
people
a
know.
condition. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So how do you,
Findings?
It's
I think we
definitely,
need to make some findings regarding the size of the other.
it's definitely in keeping with the neighborhood.
the nonconformity of 16 feet is
Less
reduced?
by 2 inches.
A small reduction.
I usually put a slight improvement to existing setback.
There you go.
Is that
Slight.
okay?
Yep, that's
Right.
fine.
I didn't get that. I'm still working on a condition.
Yeah, where's the-
Here it is.
In keeping with the neighborhood. What's the,
Improvement to the septic,
Upgrade, yeah, substantial.
substantial upgrade to the septic.
Not in any overlay districts.
Right.
How about, there isn't adequate egress in the basement for a bedroom cell? There couldn't be any sleeping accommodations in the
What
bedroom?
you've said,
I'm
you've
sorry?
said there's no
Finding.
no
What was
bedroom in the
that?
basement.
Brody's, yeah.
Okay.
So,
For the bedroom, there isn't any adequate egress, so they could,
Oh, in the basement, yeah,
Right.
that's already, you've already
Covered.
conditioned that, so.
is that good?
Mr. Chairman, they could.
Okay,
same footprint
You're,
or similar?
no, it's
We
not.
went as per plan.
I see what you're saying. You want a finding to substantiate the condition of no sleeping. Yeah, you should do that.
okay.
That there's no proper egress, that it's allowed 5 bedrooms, which makes sense, the attic
Right.
versus the basement.
Okay, any other findings at this point? Sri, do you have enough?
You're going to make one that, language that indicates no, we don't want a shed, but you're going to put it in.
I've already done that, yes.
Okay.
And
I
then
just
you
didn't
want,
hear-
you want all the findings
Yeah, standard
under
ones.
240, 216?
Yes.
How about, didn't Tom mention, well, no, the referral that, I think I read that the Board of Health mentioned something about the septic being for a 5-bedroom even though they're proposing?
Yeah,
They're fine.
it's,
Should that be a finding?
It's a proposed 5-bedroom septic.
Well, I think we're saying you
Did
can
you
have
see-
up to 5.
there's something in the file, and I had spoken with David, he has signed off on one of these.
And their testimony was that this could be
Yeah.
up to 5.
So you want a finding on the Board of Health? David signed off on one of these.
So, Sri, what do you have as the bedroom limit right now?
What do I
5.
have as what? 5?
5,
Five.
right. Okay, everyone understand that?
Yep.
Okay, you ready?
There's 4 on the plan, they can have that attic
4 plus, yeah.
could be used as one, basically.
So we voted this, we've determined the conditions and findings. Is everyone happy?
Right,
Yep.
whatever.
Sri, you're happy?
I'm delirious.
That's great. In that case,
All right.
you're approved. I think we can move on.
We need to vote it.
We voted.
Oh, we voted it first, right?
Yeah,
We won't do that again, but we did it
Okay,
this time.
sorry.
it's voted. You're fine.
You're welcome.
Mr. Chairman, we
Due to my inexperience, we
take a
voted.
4-minute break?
You want a 4-minute break?
4.
What? All right.
You good?
We'll take a 4-minute recess.
Okay.
Is that everything?
And the next applicant is 66-13. How can it be? Yeah, 66-13.
All set?
Yep.
Being all persons deemed affected by the Board of Appeals under Section 11 of Chapter 48 of the Massachusetts General Laws, you are hereby notified that Gordon and Nancy Kay of Troy, New York, applied to the Zoning Board of Appeals for a special permit pursuant to Sections 240-23G, 1A of the Code of Falmouth to construct a 3-car garage attached to dwelling structure on a 20,420 square foot property zone residential A located at number 3 Quashnet Way, East Falmouth, Massachusetts.
Okay. And for the applicant?
Bill Rose, landscape architect, representing Gordon and Nancy Kay. The Kays also love their corner of Falmouth, and they're hoping to retire there from a larger house. And to that end, we're going to make their existing house bigger. We're going to add a first floor bedroom. But I think the only issue that we're here about is that they would like a 3-car garage. They've got a car, and a number of small boats that they want to store inside. And I think they've been clearing this out of their old garage. You might have seen that on site if you visited. So that's the real issue. The driveway for their property was recently relocated over to Inlet Lane, and we're not planning to change that curb cut in any way. But there will be that 3-car garage facing in that direction. All of the setbacks are conforming, and the setback from Inlet Way is like 45 feet, so it's a good distance back from the road where the 3-car garage might affect the view for any of the neighbors. The other setbacks are equally large, 25.8 feet on Washington Way and 60 feet off of Red Brook Road. So all those setbacks are generous. The lot coverage that we're proposing will go to just under 15%. It's a kind of a significant increase in lot coverage, but it's still well within what we're allowed to have. The height of the existing building is just under 30 feet, and there is no part of the addition of the garage which will be higher than that. The garage will be about 1.5 stories, and the existing house is kind of 2.5 stories. So it'll be significantly lower than what's there. Again, we're only here because the zoning bylaws ask us to come in because our lot size is under 30,000 square feet if we want to have a 3-car garage. And that's really all I have.
Okay. Referrals?
Building, no comment. Natural resources, no comment. Planning, no comment. Water, no comment. And health, no comment. And there's just some general correspondence between Mr. Wozlansky and the office.
Okay. Questions from the board? Mark, anything?
I'm fine.
I have a couple. Bill, the usage for the garage, you said, what, cars and boats?
Yes, sir.
And how about that loft area for the garage?
That will be general storage. They're moving out of a much larger house, so there's probably going to be some antique furniture up there and
Okay.
whatever.
Is that garage going to be heated?
I think that we would insulate it and make it so it doesn't just follow the temperature of the outdoors, but
So just insulated, but
yes.
not heated?
I don't know that it will be heated or not, but it's. They're not going to heat the garage,
Okay,
though.
not heated.
Not heated. Great. Let me just see. Any egresses coming out of that loft area? Just that stairway coming down, right? That's the only?
Just the one stairway coming down that comes directly down to an outside door, so you could carry something on up to the stairs, like a kayak or something like that.
Okay, and that connection, the garage to the house, what's going on in there?
Well, it's like a screened porch area, but the closure will actually be glass windows so that you can close them up so the rain doesn't come in and spoil the furniture. But you can open them up and it'll behave like a screen porch.
All right.
Sorry, Mr. Chairman, I do have one.
And what did you say the height of that garage was? 23 feet?
Yeah, it's probably something in that neighborhood.
23.
23, 1.11.
Do you have the actual height, or?
I am not seeing it on these,
A2 is the actual height, shows the actual height of the garage. 23.1.
23? All right. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
I have one more.
Okay, and we have one more question from Mr. Zelinski.
On the addition, Mr. Rosalinski, on the opposite end of the garage, there's three windows with rather large area wells. Is that for natural lighting?
yeah, it's just a way to get more light into a basement area if you want to use it for like a workshop. You could potentially make them big enough so that you could create an egressible window for a bedroom, but that's not the intention here.
And do you have drainage set up for those as well? I mean,
They are essentially dry wells. Whatever rain happens to fall right on those, like any other basement window areaway, you put a lot of gravel in the bottom and keep surface runoff from going into it, and it just drains.
yeah, the only reason I ask is because it looks like they extend past the gutter line.
Yes, they do.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Okay. You show a gazebo on the plan. What is the intended use of that, and is it heated as well?
It is not heated. The intention is to be able to go out there and have a little, a wood-burning stove set up so you can go out there, have real screens. That's what really is a screened enclosure. There's a good number of bugs in this area. So you can go out there, enjoy an outside fire, not have the smoke in any way, shape, or form inside your actual enclosed part of your home. And
Okay.
So,
Sari?
what is the access to the basement area, if you will, in the garage? Is it a full unfinished basement underneath the garage, or is it your typical
the garage is slab on grade.
slab on grade? Definitely, that's it. So those are strictly just drainage wells, correct?
I don't know what you're looking at.
Your west elevation, oh, that's the dwelling, excuse me, I'm turned
That's the
around.
bedroom.
Yeah, I'm turned around, I'm sorry.
Okay.
It's a weird configuration. That elevation, right?
Okay. Any other questions from the board? I guess I would just comment that I know the building commissioner wanted the connecting porch to be glassed, and it would be nice if it actually said glassed porch on the plan rather than screen porch.
It's going to be a glass porch.
And you'll condition it per
Yeah.
Mr. Gore's.
Yeah.
Okay. Anybody want to make any comments? No. Okay, hearing no comments.
We waited 40 years to do
40, well, that's a long time.
Motion to close, Mr. Chairman?
Yeah. Second. Okay, motion by Scott and David to close the hearing. Any discussion?
I just have, I think that the way this project's set up, on intersecting streets at a 45 was a very good idea, and it takes the bulk of the 3-car garage away because it's symmetrical to the 2 roads intersecting. I really think it's a nice plan.
Okay, that's not too relevant to the motion. Let's vote on the motion. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. And I as well, so unanimous to close the hearing. Any further discussion? If not, we have a motion to approve.
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second it.
Okay, and let's start, I'm going to get better at this. Let's start with findings.
All right.
Scott just made one, so we're going to put that as a finding.
Thank you, Suri.
How about no bedrooms?
That's a condition.
No, that could be a finding, right?
Oh, that
Garage?
they don't propose any bedrooms.
Yeah.
That's
I'm
it.
sorry?
They're not proposing a bedroom in the garage.
That-
Is that the finding?
Right, that it's strictly storage
Storage.
Yeah.
and no heat,
And no heat.
as stated, right? So testimony was, that's the
Yes.
finding?
Okay,
And lack of egress in the garage for that, anyway. That'd be a finding.
yep, I think we can find that, although it's an increase in lot coverage, no thresholds are exceeded. And,
It's conforming.
You
Setbacks
asked
are
for the-
conforming
did-
and it's got 3 streets.
right, conforms with regard to setbacks and.
Yeah.
Did you ask for the glass?
Pretty amazing.
Something about the glass?
Yeah.
Condition
You want
that.
something in there?
We're gonna, we'll get to that when we get to the conditions.
But that'll be a finding as well, that there's
The building
communication
commissioner.
from Commissioner Gore that it's a substantial attachment as long as it's glass. And then that's what your condition will be based on.
Because that has been an issue before, it's not just this
Yeah.
case.
It looks like it's real to me.
The gazebo, did you want to make that remain screened and not
No, what's
enclosed?
that before us?
I don't care about that,
That's,
personally.
But I don't think
What's
that's, it's only about.
I mean, we're really only
Doing
passing
the
on.
garage, that's
We're
all
really
we're
only
doing is a
passing on the
garage.
You know,
Yep.
the issue of whether the garage is
Yep.
acceptable and
That's
on a
it.
lot that's less than 20,000 square feet.
That's it,
And,
30,000.
or 30, I'm sorry, this one is 20. Okay?
And
That's
it's
it.
in keeping, I'll do the 24216.
Yeah, okay.
So your conditions?
So our conditions are.
Per plan?
No,
Garage.
as per plan, yes.
No bedrooms or sleeping accommodations
In the
No
garage.
in the garage.
No bedrooms. No habitable space, actually, because there's no heat.
Right.
Well, do you want to tie it to that? Because then they
No, I
wouldn't be
think,
able to
I think the
use.
no heat, though, is a good finding.
Yeah,
We
what
should
they,
add that to the
that was
findings.
testimony, so.
Testimony,
So we'll just put no bedrooms or sleeping, because we don't want to, we want to let the kids go out there and play if they want to,
yeah. Right.
right?
Yeah.
yeah.
So, substantial connection to the garage, that glass
Glass porch.
porch area.
Yeah.
Sun porch.
So would that be considered a 3-seater?
Sun porch, we'll use Eladio's terms in his,
It's an attached garage.
Right.
but
We're
the
finding
only
it
reason
isn't.
why he could have the height that he has in that garage is because of a substantial connection
Yeah.
to the dwelling.
Yeah.
That's why Eladio Gore
Right, which needs to
Because
be
it-
agreed with
which
that.
means it's
architecturally
attached.
consistent.
So I'll take that
Use
language
that
from
verbiage, yeah.
Yeah.
Substantial.
Gore's.
That's the
That makes it
building.
an attached garage. It's to-
Okay,
I realize that, yeah. I'll put that
Yeah,
to where,
yes.
from Mr.
Great.
Gore's language.
you want to, so tell us what the conditions are that you've got.
It's per plans, no heat, no bedrooms, no sleeping, sun porch via, and I just put, I'll do it correctly, but via Igor's email. So that reminds me to get the language that he needs. I know exactly what you want out of it.
Yeah.
That approves to be substantial as attached.
The garage
And that's all we have so far.
was
That's okay.
only gonna be used for cars and his boats, but we don't have to put
No.
no cooking facilities in there, do we?
No.
On condition?
There's no habitable space.
We didn't put no habitable space, because they are going to insulate it, And you
They
do
have
want
storage
the
up
kids
top.
the capability to play on that second floor if they want to.
Sure.
There's no bedrooms, no sleeping.
There's no water, there's, you know, just.
There's no water, there's no.
just-
Why not?
Yeah,
No
there's
cook-
no-
It's a three-car garage.
Do you want to, we didn't ask if there was no plumbing, and it's closed. There doesn't show to be any
Doesn't show to-
bathroom.
He's not gonna heat it, I doubt there's plumbing.
Right, but that's what I'm saying, that's, so you don't have to worry about it,
Okay.
unless,
Right.
it's up to you guys, I'm
No,
just
I
saying.
think
that's
it's
good.
fine.
No, as
think-
far as I'm concerned, it's
I think it's
fine.
clear,
No heat is
you know,
limits.
It's been 40 years in the making.
right.
So what was
So, are we ready to vote?
Yeah.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, and I'm in favor as well, so it's unanimous and approved. And you won't have to wait 41 years.
Thank you very much.
Yep. Here we go. Okay, so our next hearing is application 6713. And if the clerk would read the notice of that.
Being all persons deemed affected by the Board of Appeals under Section 11 of Chapter 40A of the Massachusetts General Laws, you're hereby notified that Roberta Hutchinson of South Walpole, Mass. applied to the Zoning Board of Appeals for a special permit pursuant to Sections 240-3 of the Code of Falmouth to raise existing attached garage structure and construct substantially in the same footprint additional living space on this 16,650 square foot property zone residential C located at 77 Gifford Street, Falmouth, Massachusetts.
Okay, and here for the applicant.
Mr. Chairman, for the record, my name is Michael Borselli from Falmouth Engineering. I represent the applicant, Roberta Hutchinson. The applicant owns the property at 77 Gifford Street. There is currently a single-family dwelling with an attached garage at the site, and we're here asking for permission to modify this pre-existing non-conforming structure by raising the garage and substituting in its place an addition to the house that will consist of a laundry area, bathroom, and family room, all connected to the house via a hallway. If you make reference to the plan, the existing dwelling is shown in a light brown cross-hatched area, and I've superimposed over the existing garage in a darker brown cross-hatched area where the addition will be. The addition replaces the garage and adds 97 square feet total to the overall lot coverage. So the lot coverage by structures currently is 8.4%, and after the demolition and reconstruction, the lot coverage would increase to 9%. The structure is pre-existing non-conforming because the house does not meet the front yard setback minimum of 25 feet. It is set back only 22.8 feet. The garage and house meet all other setback requirements under Town of Falmouth Zoning Bylaw, and the new addition will continue to maintain a setback of just under 14 feet on this side, and it's set back from the main body of the house, so it's certainly in excess of 25 feet from Gifford Street. The house was recently purchased under a foreclosure. It was in a state of disrepair, and the main house is currently undergoing a renovation. It was gutted and is being remodeled under an administrative approval through the zoning department. The septic system that's on site was recently installed. By that I mean within the last 4 to 6 weeks it was installed. The existing house had 3 bedrooms. The renovated house will have 3 bedrooms. We've also been to the Falmouth Conservation Commission, and we've obtained approval from the Conservation Commission to do the construction activities proposed on the property. The height of the garage to the ridge is 21 feet. There is an unheated attic space above the living space with no access other than just a push-up access panel up like you might see, in a typical house to gain access to your attic. So there's certainly there's no headroom, and there's no access, and there's no intention to ever finish that attic area. So I think that the fact that the new owner has purchased the property, is renovating it, cleaning up the property, sprucing up this lot, and improving the overall appearance of the property is a significant overall improvement, and certainly not a detriment to the neighborhood. And I'm happy to answer any questions.
Questions for Mike? Oh, sorry, let's start with first. Then we'll do the question.
Engineering has the application was reviewed only for impact statement. Building, no comment. Planning, no comment. And there was just some minor correspondence between the office and
Okay. Now, questions. Anyone have any questions regarding this project?
Not me.
3 bedrooms, Mike?
3 bedrooms today, 3 bedrooms after renovation. 1 master on the first floor, 2 on the second floor.
And garbage disposal?
No,
No garbage disposal?
we'd certainly expect it and be happy to have a condition.
I see proposed dry well. What's that for on your plan right behind the garage there?
The dry well is to contain the roof runoff from the new roof area of the addition. The current garage doesn't have any dry wells to contain the roof runoff, so the Conservation Commission requested that we have a dry well to contain the roof runoff.
That's it, thank you.
So, this will be on a slab as well?
Yes.
And is the driveway being repaved or using existing paving, or?
The driveway is currently paved. I didn't really look too closely at it, but I'm not sure. They may repave it, I don't really know, but they certainly won't change the curb cut opening, or they won't widen it in any way. They may put an overlay on it. I didn't really pay too close attention to that.
Okay. No more questions from the board. Is there anybody out there who wants to ask any questions?
I have a question.
Sari?
Mike, is the new deck and the bulkhead included in the lot coverage?
Yes.
Because that deck is proposed, is
Yes.
new, correct?
Yes, that's.
And there's no other doorstep or anything going out the rear of that proposed structure?
No, this small rear porch, if you will, is the access point from the addition
Right.
and the main house, and there's 2 steps down. There's no
Okay.
other access points. The bulkhead already exists.
All right, so all that's in the lot coverage? Thank
Yes.
you.
Is that garage going to be heated, Mike?
It will be heated because it's not it's going to be converted from a
Living
garage to a
space.
family
Oh,
room
yeah.
bathroom area, so, but the attic space above will be unheated.
So that's just going to be a family area?
Family room.
No intention of making a bedroom out of that?
Never. And we would expect a condition.
It's
Even
open.
Even
It's
though
open to the flow.
you have a 4-bedroom septic, though?
Right. We often make the septic slightly bigger, just in the event that someday someone may want to do something. The added cost is really minimal.
Thank
And
you.
it gives you a little added extra capacity.
Okay. No further questions. We could have a motion to close.
So moved.
Scott? Second? Anybody?
Second.
Okay, Scott and Mark. declare it a tie. Any further discussion before we vote? Before we, actually, we need, okay, findings. Let's go to findings.
You got to vote to close.
Oh, we're voting to close.
I'll make a motion that we,
No,
Yeah,
that
the vote is
motion's
on.
been made to close, so
Yeah,
you
we
need
just have
to.
to vote on it.
All in favor?
Aye.
aye.
Okay.
5.
Unanimous. Now we come to main motion on the special permit. And let's start with findings.
Does it create any new
Vote,
non-conform?
vote first. Vote, you don't have to just get your second, and then you can discuss and make findings and conditions, and
Okay,
then do your
motion.
overall.
Okay, I make a motion we approve permit 67-13.
I'll second Mr. Cool's motion.
Okay, we have the motion. Now let's start with findings. All
All
right.
right, finding.
How about, does it create any new nonconformities? No impact on existing nonconformities?
Okay.
It's quite the
Same thing.
improvement.
Actually, an improvement on the property
improvement.
Yep.
compared to what's there. Okay. Pretty simple project.
240, 216, it's adequate,
Yeah.
Yeah.
all that.
We're certainly not adding substantially to the bulk or any of that. Okay.
Conditions.
And conditions?
As planned provided, no increase in bedrooms.
No sleeping accommodations and
Can we make
What
one more
the-
finding?
The bedrooms, they have a approved 4-bedroom
Yeah.
system, so you don't want to take that right away from them. The hallway to the new addition is completely open, it's not closed, so that would not constitute a bedroom. So how do you want to handle that?
Well, I think we could do it as a finding, really. The finding was that they proposed 3 bedrooms and no use of the family room as a bedroom.
would be a condition, right?
Well, no, that would be the finding.
Yeah,
And then we,
And, I mean, I think
Proposed
Cerie's
is-
Cerie's
yeah.
right, that, you know, so,
So as a condition, would they have to come back before the board to add an extra bedroom, Sue?
well, if
It
they've
shouldn't
got the
have to.
room in the house and they're conditioned as a 4-bedroom, the only way that they would have to come back is if they changed this space that this board just approved, I would think. Because the interior is not up to us. This raise and reconstruction of a garage into living space is before this board. But all they have to do is check with the Board of Health to put in that 4th bedroom without changing the structure, and it wouldn't be before us.
It wouldn't change the structure of the special permit in place that we would
Not
grant tonight?
interiorly, except for this area, that's what I'm saying.
except for this addition. So if they converted this addition, you're saying that would trigger a
That would trigger,
review.
yes.
So then the condition should be, well, you know,
Basically,
not-
what,
that this addition not to be used as a bedroom.
correct, that's what he had said, right.
can we make a further finding about the Conservation Commission recommending the dry well to contain the...
It's on the plan.
Per plan?
That's already per plan.
Oh, okay.
So you want that as a finding that Conservation reviewed it?
I think it's reasonable to say that it's a finding that there will be improved drainage on the site because of
Yes.
the addition of a dry well where none existed before to capture runoff from
Approved
the
drainage.
garage roof.
So, okay, no,
So that goes
That's very
to
good.
the issue of this actually being an improvement to the property.
Yeah.
Okay, any other thoughts?
Would a finding be, Sari, the sewage disposal bedroom meets requirement?
well, I think the finding is just that there was testimony that there is no garbage disposal. I mean, how can we control anything like that? I mean, it's up to the board. That's a tough thing to control.
Really, the Board of Health's.
And that would be something if the Board of Health went to make, to approve a 4th bedroom, that's certainly something they're gonna look at. Is there a garbage disposal? If there is, they don't get that bedroom. So that's just kind of, I don't know how we would control that. Working late, Tom?
No time like the present.
Thank you. Be conditional, still state that, though. Thank you.
Getting rid of those because they're so dead.
All right.
Okay.
I think we got a handle on
I
it
think we're
then.
good on this. I think we're ready to vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, I'm in favor as well, so that makes it unanimous. And this motion carries, and 6713 is approved.
Thank you very much.
Okay. And that brings us to the last application of the evening, and that is 6813, Open Cape Corporation. Take your time. It's only 5 after 8.
Well, you're doing well, Mr. Chairman.
Bill set?
Yep. Being all persons deemed affected by the Board of Appeals under Section 11 of Chapter 40A of the Massachusetts General Laws, you are hereby notified that Open Cape Corporation of Barnstable, Mass. applied to the Zoning Board of Appeals for a special permit pursuant to Sections 240-63B of the Code of Falmouth to install 2 microwave links, associated antenna equipment on the existing town water tower, install support equipment at the base of the tower within existing fenced area, and add new separate fenced area for propane tanks to fuel an emergency generator on subject property located at 28 Bernard E. St. Jean Drive, East Falmouth, Mass.
Okay, I'm going to guess that we have Mr. Scott here. Is that
Yes.
correct?
Good evening, members of the board. My name is Mike Scott, attorney with Nutter, McLennan and Fish in Hyannis. With me is Art Gaylord, who is the chairman of our board of directors of Open Cape. As many of you may know, also a resident of Falmouth, I should mention. Many of you may know Open Cape. It's a nonprofit organization that received a grant of $40 million to build a fiber optic network through Cape Cod and southeastern Massachusetts. As part of that network, we're also building a redundant microwave network as well, which is a series of 13 microwaves, mostly situated on town-owned land throughout the Cape. And it's being built in the event there is some casualty to the fiber network, that the network itself can continue to operate, and there'll be a link where there's a casualty in the fiber network. And the microwave antenna system is primarily for public safety and for backup access, so that in the event of a storm, the network will survive and will be carried on by the microwave network. So we're here tonight to talk about a component of that microwave network. We're proposing to place 2 antennas on top of the town-owned water tower. We've entered into a license agreement with the town to do so. And the project really entails placing 2 antennas on the top of the tower, on the railing, on the perimeter of the railing, running line down the side of the tower, and then installing equipment at the base. As was noted, we're going to be placing some equipment within the existing fenced-in area, but we'll be building some additional structures in a fenced-in area to accommodate the propane tanks for the backup generator, a pad for the backup generator, and a pad for some ancillary equipment as well. If you look at page 4 of your drawings, you'll see a tank down view, which will show where the equipment will be located relative to the water tank.
Let's see.
That's the page. And if you look to your left, you can see the ground equipment as well as the antenna equipment. And if you look to your right, you can see just the microwave antennas. You can see the 2 of them located pretty prominently on the top of the tank.
Okay.
So with that, I'd be happy to answer any questions you may have.
Questions for Mr. Scott?
Referrals?
A referral.
Building, no comment. Planning, no comment. Water, no comment. Engineering has the standard application, was reviewed for impact. Health, no comment. And then a lot of general correspondence.
Okay?
I have a question.
Yes.
Wildlife, is there any evidence of any bird activity on top of the tower as it stands now?
Not that I'm aware of, no.
Any construction that's going to create a position where they're going to want to nest there?
Or a nest there? No, I mean, there's existing railing that's there already. There's a whip antenna that's on top of the antenna, and all that Open Cape is doing is really bracketing on this oblong-shaped antenna onto the existing circular racking.
Keeping in mind that they don't use a lot of room to make their nest. In the event that one would make a nest there, all considerations would be made to preserve that.
Yeah, the other thing that you should know about these
That's a question.
Yes, no, on these antennas, they're sort of convex, so there's no place for them to nest inside the antenna.
Okay.
So there's a cover on the front side, and they're convex in the back as well.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Okay.
The propane tanks,
Yes,
250-gallon propane tanks
that's correct.
on that 3x5 concrete pad.
That's correct.
Have you spoken to the fire department regarding those tanks out there?
I have not personally, but we'll be meeting with the DPW as part of our license agreement. We have to meet with town officials to go through the technical aspects of the installation, but no, I have not.
And I see you got a 10x10 proposed fence around those tanks. How high is that fence going to be?
See if I can find, I don't recall off the top of my head.
And I'll tell you why I ask you. But
Okay.
while I was out there for my site visit, it was after 6, I saw a couple vehicles out there, so I'm worrying about somebody tampering with those tanks.
Mm.
It's a wooded area.
You know, we don't
Says
know
a
the
10
size.
by 10 fenced-in compound, but doesn't have a fence size.
Doesn't have the height. I'd want to see something
8 feet
pretty high there and barbed myself, but,
minimum.
so you'll check in.
Would there be any objection to that?
I don't think there would be, no. I mean, I think, propane has proven to be fairly safe. Many people have it in their homes, so I wouldn't think there's going to be any problem, but we wouldn't have any issue with putting an adequately sized fence around for security.
Yeah.
And obviously, you're going to speak to the fire department regarding those tanks.
Sure.
Thank you.
Okay. Anything else?
Yes, I've got a question about, let me find it here. Oh, you're asking for a waiver, landscaping plan. I get that, but in that briefing that was in the file, the project's not expected to remove any existing trees of 4-inch trunks diameter or larger. What happens if there's something in the way and something has to be taken down?
Well, we're certainly not aware of anything in the way, because we're using basically the existing cleared area at the perimeter of the tank. I'm not aware of any trees that exist in that area.
Okay.
So I'm sure that was a statement that was made by my associate to sort of say,
Cover
if there
yourself.
is,
Yeah,
we'll
cover
replace it in kind.
Yeah, well, I see that,
Yeah.
if there is anything disturbed, it'll be
Yes.
returned to original condition.
But my understanding and seeing the site, I'm not aware of any trees that are going to be in the way of the construction work that's going to be done, which will be fairly minimal.
3?
I just had a quick question.
Are you going to ask?
Yeah, I was gonna ask-
About the license?
Yeah, I noticed that the map and the parcel numbers don't match the license agreent with your,
Yes.
I haven't had any answer
Application.
to date on that, which
Yeah,
I
I
asked
thought-
a long time ago.
Okay. I thought that we had spoke, but perhaps we had not. In any event, The reference in the license is incorrect on the first page, and so we're going to have to do an amendment to reference the proper lot number and parcel number. But the parcel number and lot number on the application is accurate.
On the application, but it doesn't marry with the
That's correct.
license.
So we're going to have to do it
I
quick.
mean, I asked
you know.
that back in beginning of July.
Yes, you did. Yes, and yes, you did.
It's only the end of August. Thank you.
Yeah. Anything else from the board? I'll ask my question. So how high above the tank does the antenna extend?
So I can find that answer for you. It's below the height of the whip antenna. And again, if you go to page 5, you can see the relative height of the whip antenna relative to the microwave antenna.
Yeah.
The elevation at the bottom of the microwave antenna is 162 feet. Elevation of the top of tank is 157, so 5 feet.
Okay. And the purpose of the propane tank is to supply
The backup generator.
a generator that supplies power to maintain the function of the antenna?
That's right. If you think about the context for this, the likely operation of the backup network is going to be during a storm event. And so power will likely be out, perhaps. And so that's the nature for the two tanks to supply the generator.
And do you know how long it can operate?
Do you have any idea, Art?
10 days.
Is it 10 days, we say? Okay.
If you're going to speak, you have to go to the podium, please.
Excuse me.
And
Miss, could we just have one clarification? We missed something. The height, Ken Foreman's question was, the height of the antenna, was that
The base of the antenna is 162 feet,
base of the antenna? Is
and
it?
the top of the tank is 157.
All right, thank you. I'm sorry.
I was just going to mention that the emergency generator, if it's out there, is also going to be supplying power to the water.
your name for the record?
Oh, it's Art Gaylord.
Okay.
And the generator, the emergency generator is also, we've been in discussion with the water department, and we're also going to be providing them with emergency power for their equipment, so to and make sure that they can continue to supply water pressure to the town. So,
That's an emergency event?
as an emergency event.
So when the, don't go away yet, because I have one or two more questions that your expertise might come in handy for. When there's no emergency, this antenna will not, in fact, be broadcasting microwaves, or it will be inoperable at that point.
That's correct. It'll be tested occasionally, but not.
That was going to be my next
Yeah,
question,
it'll
was
be
how
tested.
frequently it was going to be tested.
That I don't have an exact answer for you. My understanding it's once a month, but I don't know that for certain.
Okay. Any health issues associated with microwaves?
No, they're not. We have had this studied, and the FCC sets a level that's acceptable at ground level, and we are hundreds of percentage points of that level. And one thing you should know about these antennas is that they're point to point, so they're beaming a very narrow wave to each of the connecting microwave antennas throughout the Cape.
So I can't roast my marshmallows.
You can't unless you want to. No, you cannot.
You can on the propane tank.
Right, okay. All right. Sari?
So, did you just say that maybe 1 month there might be somebody at the site to check the antenna?
I can check for you. I just don't know. I don't want to give you false information, so I don't know.
Yeah, because the security of that area, that's our water tower and everything, so.
Yeah, that'll have to be worked out with the town in terms of access, and that has been worked out in the license agreement. I just don't recall what the intervals are for testing the backup generator, although I know that it's
So
standard
none of the
practice to do
details
so.
of who has keys to this propane and generator fenced area to check on things hasn't been ironed out yet?
Well, I know that many of those controls are in the license agreement. I don't recall specifically what the license says, but we've dealt with that and negotiated that with all of these license agreements, because obviously control to town-owned property is paramount public safety. So we've addressed those issues. I can't tell you specifically where it's addressed in your license agreement.
I didn't see where that was addressed in the license agreement, but it's been a
But they're
couple
not all,
months since I read it.
they're not all the same form, but in any event, it's something that we'd be happy to address with the town. It's not an issue whatsoever.
The license agreement is between you and the town.
Town.
Right,
DPW has weighed in on it.
not yet.
Okay. So, Sari, what is your feeling about, without all these details being worked out, what is
Well, I just wish
Sari,
that,
this is off.
okay, you have yours recorded. I just wish that it had been worked out with DPW. If I had known that, I got no referral back from the selectmen on this.
right?
And there's no comments from the planning board, who I don't know if they would be aware of this or not, but I just don't like the fact that we don't have any good feelings or anything about security so far, and that the issues on things like that haven't been worked out with DPW.
There's that, and then
And the license.
concern about fire, which was raised
Right.
as well.
I'm just, you know,
It's a little different than
Orders
having a
there.
propane tank in your house, because no one's there attending it.
and, you know, and again, that's also security. I mean, who's
Yeah,
going
this is
to
our
be in
municipal
charge
water
of this?
supply.
Yeah, exactly.
must
Well, one could have a
DPW,
fire is there any plan to have fire suppression?
that hasn't been worked out with
capability on the site?
DPW.
So just in terms of answering the access question, there is a provision that discusses access in license agreement. It's section 11.
Right,
And
I've seen
essentially, it
that.
says that we have to provide reasonable notice to the town when we want to gain access to the property. So there's a provision for working out reasonable access with those who are controlling the water tower. It also specifies what time of day access would be provided, and some other issues.
8 AM to 4:30, so in case of an emergency, you know, but again, it doesn't spell out who's in charge of that. It just says the town.
Well, it's fine out the town. Usually there's a contact person designated by the contract that identifies who the correspondent should be with. If I can find that for you.
This is in the file, you guys. I don't know if you were able to read it.
It's a thick file.
It was signed August 27th, 2012. I mean, it's, no offense, it's standard template license verbiage.
Boilerplate.
So, I have a concern that we don't have all the answers.
So
I do as
So
well.
the
I
board
have to agree
can-
with him.
right, the question is public safety, given the water supply, and with the lack of specificity with regard to the security protocol plan, right, at this point in time. Point of contact, we've got the hours, but a name, I think that needs to be
So,
identified.
There's no accountability
All
right
right,
now.
so,
as far as-
so,
At the very least,
we're not
we
gonna
know.
make much more headway on this, I don't believe, on resolving these. One resolution would be to continue.
And maybe they have the time that they can then meet with DPW, pin down the answers that the board has regarding security, access,
Fire department,
fire department, the whole bit.
clean up that
A log, a
application.
sign in and sign out log when they,
Well, whatever, that's up to
Yeah.
DPW and
Board.
them.
Yeah.
But, I mean, we don't have any answers as far as those things, so. Up to the board.
I don't understand the whole issue of access, because we don't have access without the town's permission. Simply, we don't have access. In all events, we have to ask the town for permission to enter the property. So we have a license to place equipment there, but if we want to go back onto the town property, we have to ask the town permission to do so.
I think that question was, who are you asking from the town?
Well, you're going to contact the Board of Selectmen to sign
Accountability.
this, so you're going to contact the town administrator, or whomever. I mean, we certainly can work out who the contact is. My only point is that we're not being given carte blanche authority to come onto your property. In fact, we can't come onto the property without permission. So in an emergency situation, we can call the town and see if we can get access, but we don't have the right to come onto the property. I don't want that to be lost.
No, that's in the agreement. The thing is, we're looking for is accountability, protection on security, or that's what I thought the board
Yes.
was looking for,
Yeah,
so.
I don't think it's the fault of the applicant. I think it's the fault of, or the
It's just
problem is.
Unanswered question.
It just has to be, yeah, it has to be done where you can look at it.
But again, I think the meeting with DPW should take place, and then we'd have more answers. And
I agree with you.
the fire, then we'd have weigh-in. The fire department, I'm not sure if they got sent a referral on this or not. But,
They were addressed in the license.
right.
So what do we do, ask
So
the
we would
applicant to
like to
continue?
know that the DPW's position, we would like to know if there's any special precautions that should be taken regarding fire suppression from the point of view of the fire department.
From the fire department, accountability from DPW and the town. And that'll give them time to fix that first page.
Maybe figure out that fencing area around the
Exactly, the height of the
propane
fence.
tanks.
Yeah, the details on the
You tell us
fence.
how you want the fence to be. It's fine with us. We'll build whatever you like.
Minimum 8 foot is what we have on other,
8-foot barbed.
That's
Triple
fine.
strand bar, like they do on us.
I'm not sure if the
I
town.
mean, we can match the existing fence. There's a fence that we're
Yeah,
building
it's
right next
9
to the
feet
existing fence. So
existing.
whatever that is, that might be a good idea.
It's a 9-foot.
Oh,
Let's
if
let
it's
the
6
applicant
foot
speak
now.
here.
Yeah. But my point is that we're flexible. We'll do whatever you think
Yeah.
is appropriate.
Yeah, but I hope you understand, there's a couple of unanswered things that make us a little uneasy about going forward with a full approval
So-
without having these i's dotted and t's crossed.
So, Ken, can we spell those out for him and for the minutes? We want the fence height.
Yes, we would like some more detail on the fence height and construction, okay?
Fire department.
Accountability.
We want some kind of either, we want some input from the fire department on fire control and that, given this concentration of propane there.
We need that map parcel, the
Yeah,
application, that
license,
cleaned up.
yeah.
We certainly need to have the license, the numbers agree,
Right.
right? It's just on the paperwork.
So DPW, fire department, the accountability and control security.
And access procedures.
Yeah, if you're gonna have a testing plan, it might be nice to know that that's been approved by DPW.
Sure.
They acknowledge.
So you have fence height, reference parcel, we'll correct the reference parcel number. You have an access plan. And when you say accountability, Sari, what do you mean by accountability? Is it having a person designated on part of the town to be able to correspond with us
Well,
for access?
who's going to be accountable for it? And I think that's one of the questions. Is it the DPW? Is it the
It could be an entity.
administration's
Whoever your
office?
contact person is in the
Right.
town? Okay. So that's part of the access
I don't
plan.
think it needs to be a
Pursuant-
named individual because that
Purs-
person could change.
Of course.
Pursuant
Right.
to this agreement, like the contact we know is already administration, but the contact pursuant to this site, is it going to be DPW?
Okay. So primary contact for this.
Because that's going to lay out the procedures for security as well.
Sure.
I would think.
Yep.
So I think we agree on that, Mike. I think we both got the same lists, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
And then how will we accomplish consulting with the fire department? Would you like us to contact the fire department to talk with them about their thoughts on having a propane tank?
Well, you had stated earlier that that would probably happen through your meeting with the DPW, and that's what we're asking you for. Is
Okay.
that information prior to this board making a determination on this?
It's really up to you. I'm happy to do it either before or after. So
I
if
think-
you'd like me to speak with the fire department, I'm happy to do
I
that.
think it would be good for us to get some feedback.
In conjunction with the DPW, right?
Sure.
Because they're
Yes,
going to work
absolutely.
together on this?
Yep.
Okay, any other board concerns? All right, so in that case, I guess we could have a motion to continue to when?
Mike, how long do you think it'll take you to get all that?
We can start working on it tomorrow. We have a construction coordinator, Gary Delius, who will most likely be talking with the DPW director and the fire department to get some feedback on the propane tanks. We've been doing that with other towns, so that's not going to be an issue whatsoever. The fence height, I'd like to know what the existing fence height is out there now. If that's acceptable, then we can match that. I can find that out for you. The access plan, I could probably talk with the town administrator to see, who they'd like to have as our primary point of contact for gaining access, if not the DPW. And I certainly can fix the parcel reference in the agreement quickly. So.
All right. On September 12th, which is your next hearing, I have one member out. So do you want to do it September 26th? And that should give him time to meet with DPW and the fire as well,
That's fine.
and
Okay.
administration. Is that amenable to you? That's all we have.
What
really.
date did you say for the hearing, Sari?
September 26th at 6:30.
26, okay.
Would that work?
I tell you, the only thing that I'm pausing on right now is that our grant money runs out September 30th.
Yeah.
Wow.
And we need to have these antennas up and paid for because our spigot shuts off.
So what time are you I mean,
So
the only other thing I have
I'm
is-
wondering if there's any way you could approve this subject to us getting this done, but if not, then, but those are dynamics that we're working with right now.
Well, what's wrong with the 12th? Would the 12th be sufficient?
I will not be here on the 12th, but doesn't mean that we can't, perhaps Art can handle it.
Patty Johnson would be away on the 12th, so you would definitely need a unanimous vote of
Right.
4 members.
Right, but
And there's,
And all those,
I
That was
don't
cleaned up.
foresee any issues except for those that we've raised.
Right, as long
they would
as-
have to be addressed.
It's clearly a beneficial project, and it's not.
if you get all the information into us, would you have to be present? Could and I apologize.
I think-
Gaylord.
I think,
Gaylord?
Mr. Gaylord could do it, yes. Yes.
So is the board amenable to September 12th? Would that give you enough time?
Yeah.
Mr. Scott, would that give you?
I think that is fine. I think they'll work fine.
Mr. Gaylord, would you be available on the 12th?
Sure.
Okay,
So if you get all that info to me in case there's any further questions, we can get
Okay.
that all resolved by the 12th.
Great.
okay, so then we need a motion to continue to the 12th
Mr. Chairman, make a motion to continue this till September 12th.
at 6:30 here in Town
6
Hall?
o'clock.
6 o'clock?
That
6
starts at
o'clock?
6.
Second.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Why does that start at 6?
We have
Because
another
we have
continuation.
55 Stevens, the 40B.
Thank you.
But if it's okay with the board, we will put this first,
Shouldn't take very
because this should be fairly well cleared up.
Yep.
I'll send everything to you guys. Is that okay, again?
Yep.
Okay. Well, thank you.
Okay, open meeting.
That brings us to the minutes of August 8th.
Patty, do you want to pass those to Scott, please?
Thank you.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes of August 8th.
I'll second that.
Okay, moved and seconded by David
David.
and Mark.
But David wasn't here.
Actually, I can't approve that.
You can't do
No.
Can't do
it.
that.
He can't do it.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Even though I did read them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
You were.
Okay, moved and seconded by
If you
David
move,
and
I'll
Mark.
second it.
Mark.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Patty did.
Yeah.
Mark and Patty. Okay, there we go.
Sorry, Mark, yes.
Any discussion? Corrections? No?
No.
Okay.
I'll abstain.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Nice signature.
Thanks.
And status of bylaw review is on here.
Yeah, I haven't heard any new information on what the status is. There is going to be a meeting, they're trying to set it up not next week, but the following week, because they want a scope of it.
So we're
Which-
still
which I thought we already
we're
gave
still
them.
writing the RFP sort of
But
thing?
Brian Curry came in and asked if I could attend a meeting so that they can go, maybe they're going over the scope, but I believe he said create a scope of that. So I guess maybe it's with the planning board. So I'll be able to update you after the meeting, which will be after the 1st of September.
With the planning board?
And that just came up yesterday. I'm meeting with the staff, I believe, and Frank Duffy, I believe.
Oh, good. Because they were for that. They wanted to see that cleaned up.
Right.
So they'll probably push that along with
Right,
us.
well, I just hope there's, that it's done
A will.
outside, like we discussed,
Yeah.
and
Well, we
not
got money to do it outside,
within,
right?
yes.
35, right?
So I think what
this
he's
would be-
doing is the scope for contact to have it redone, is
Right,
hopefully
this
what
would
he's
be
looking for.
to start developing an RFP, right?
Right,
Okay,
I think that's what it's about.
good. And we have, I'm looking just at what you gave me. It says discussion items for future agenda, but what about this?
I'm kind of at a standstill. This is, the board voted to have, well, the whole thing about the litigation with the Anderson. It's been made public, the whole bit. Matt went in front of the selectmen. They were going to give him $2,500, then they gave
5,000.
$5,000 with conditions made by Frank Duffy of what our attorney can do and how to represent us.
It seems.
So our attorney gave the scope that you have in front of you to me. I forwarded it to Julian. As you can see by the email, Julian said
Has everyone read this?
it's not satisfactory. So we're at a standstill right now because I don't know how it can be satisfactory, because if you look at the conditions made by Frank Duffy, 3 and 4 are very conflicting.
Does everyone know what the conditions are?
I do.
Yes? No, we don't need to read
The
them.
interesting thing is these things from Mark are not dated.
They are on my email.
Okay.
That scope was just sent to me and I forwarded it to Julian. You can tell by the email dates.
August 12th.
These conditions, it almost seems like you have an attorney, but what does he do? Sit there?
No, I mean.
He puts in a notice of appearance. He can't go to court on your behalf.
Yeah, well, I mean, oh yeah, we'll give you the money, but we're gonna tell you how to spend it, your lawyer?
Well, we discussed it being a conflict because the town is the one suing us, but this is not unheard of according to Mr. Bobrowski. So I just don't know how we're gonna get an agreement between our attorney and Julian Suso based on the conditions that Frank Duffy's drawn up.
Sri, doesn't
there-
that drive the way that your defense is? I mean, if they just, we'll fund it if you go one way, we won't fund it if you go the other? Or something else
Well,
happens?
like I said, Mr.
Well,
Bobrowski
have
said
we
that
gotten-
this is not unheard of.
Have we gotten a response from Frank to Mr. Bobrowski's
He's in
response?
conflict with us. So I'm working with Julian. I know Frank Duffy did the conditions to the Board of Selectmen, but Frank Duffy is the opposing attorney.
Gotcha.
Is there somebody?
So I'm in a,
Well, no
Is
wonder he
there a-
doesn't want him, the other attorney to be able to act.
Exactly.
It's
That
funny,
does-
but it's really not. Is
right.
there
It's not.
somebody
It's
out,
not.
is there somebody outside of Julian and
well, it was
Mr. Bobrowski
discussed.
that you can talk to kind of get some
Somebody-
clarification? on-
Somebody asked me if we could go to the Attorney General's office.
Yeah, that's a good
I-
idea.
I'd
No?
rather find out a way. I mean, I could talk to, Julian's away, which is why he might be back today. I'm not sure. I didn't have
So
time
has he
today.
seen this response from Mr. Bobrowski?
No, I did not forward that
So maybe that's the next step.
response.
is
I
to-
have emailed the question to him, but
Well, I would think that it would be appropriate for him to see.
We did discuss that. That's been discussed, that it is a conflict.
But it,
Not that it's a
especially-
conflict, just to see that Mr. Bobrowski is not willing to agree to condition 4.
Yeah.
For
So
3 and 4.
Then the board probably goes without
And he
representation.
points out that condition
That's
3
what
is
they
in
wanted.
conflict with condition 4. He can't represent the interests of the board without being able to.
I realize that.
Yeah, I'm
But-
just saying, I know you realize it. I'm not sure Julian realizes it.
it's a tough thing
I
that,
think he does, but maybe to hear it from an attorney and not.
That's the point.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
so
I
what
will
can we
forward
do
that.
about it? Just, our first step would be talk to Julian and say,
I think come back and say to Julian, this is what the attorney says in response to your conditions.
Okay.
It's not, he's
I
willing.
mean, that's why we have them.
He's willing to cap it at 5,000, he agrees to that, but he wants to be able to do his job. Fair enough.
That's right.
okay, now, let's say they stick with these conditions. Now, then what? Just a hypothetical, then what
Then-
avenue do you go down? I don't know.
Then the only thing basically that
The Attorney General avenue.
Bobrowski can do is put in an appearance for us because his hands are tied the rest of the way.
But if you don't feel comfortable at that as a board member, then,
Well, he refuses to do it.
yeah,
I don't think he'll do it,
Right.
because I
That's
think he feels it would not.
exactly, but he's asking what would the board have? That's the only thing we'd
We
I
don't
don't
have.
have
think we'd have
anything
that,
then.
we wouldn't have anything.
Yeah. We won't have an attorney.
Because you can't provide us with a
I
We haven't
defense.
think he
paid him.
feels it would not be, I'm sure he feels it would be.
All right, so I'll share Bobrowski's email with Julian.
Yeah,
I guess just take it one step at a time like we have been, see what
And
the
thing is,
feedback was.
this-
and-
the time's been taken.
Yeah, I
mean,
know.
We've got to put in, I mean, nothing's happening, except, of course, you do know, I believe, that there's been a temporary injunction served. So,
Makes me feel a little uncomfortable though, but your hand, you know, it's like getting a toy and not being able to play with it almost. You know? Your hands are
well,
tied.
you don't have the toy.
It's just,
This
doesn't
is
seem
no-
right.
Hey, this is no toy.
No, it doesn't seem right.
I think we all
okay,
agree.
so that's it. By the
And
way,
we've got a next step,
Yeah.
yes.
okay?
Has
The
anybody
wheels
else been
turn
served on
I
the
did- I
due
got
close?
served.
You got
Due
served?
I gave you the date.
Anybody else been served on
I
due
got
close?
served yesterday.
Okay. I believe Scott did as well yesterday. right?
Yesterday?
Was it day before yesterday, wasn't
Okay,
it?
the last couple of days.
Yeah.
Please
No, the
let-
day I came into review, so that would have been
Okay.
Wednesday.
Please let me know, you guys, if you get served in the next couple of days, because they
Mhm.
have to serve everybody. So Patty
What are they serving?
and Scott,
Oh, caviar.
appeal. And it is due close that you got served, because you got Gallagher before.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
That is all I have.
Was Ken
Yes,
here?
you
Yeah,
may.
yeah.
Oh, wait a minute.
I don't think so.
198 Thomas Landers, I'm trying
No.
to think.
Doesn't ring a bell at all.
Oh, no, we had to leave after the first one, remember? The first hearing that night?
Lucky me.
I think it was a, what was it?
Okay.
Somebody had a birthday.
Did you
So,
say I do
I think we've
close?
covered, have we covered everything?
I
for
do
tonight?
believe you
so.
have.
Okay.
Thank you very
Motion to
much.
adjourn?
Oh my
Make
God,
that
9:45.
motion.
Meeting adjourned.
Good job.
Record time.